Okie doke. So let's go ahead and do assessment three. Alrighty, so it wants a page with two buttons, one that says toggle color and the other that says add box. I've already gone ahead and done that. So I've got a button, toggle button, and another button, add box button. And I gave them IDs. I like giving them, I mean, you could do class, I guess, but I like giving them IDs because there's only one of this element on the page, and it makes it easy to target. So toggle button and add box button are their respective IDs. Okay, and I just decide that would be their ID, right? And then I target them, right? So document dot get element by ID, toggle button, document dot get element by ID, add box button. All right, now when I click the toggle button, it's supposed to change the background to like light coral or something. All right, so in order to make it respond to the click, I use toggle button, which is that button before. You add an event listener. Okay, you click it and then run this function. All right, so let's work on the function that will change the color of the background. So I'm going to do document dot body dot style dot background color is equal to light coral. Well, let's see. So let's just check this first. So if I click this, it should go to light coral. So I want to check this first to see if it does the thing. Okay, so it's not doing the thing. Duh, I forgot to put the script here. Obviously, it's not going to work if there's no script. Right, so I make this mistake too, guys. All right, so let's test it out. Okay, if I click this, it turns, I guess this is light coral. All right, cool. Alrighty, so it's supposed to switch back between coral and light coral. So there's a couple of ways to do that. Let's try if statement. All right, so if document.body.style.background color equals light coral, else, okay, there's two options, either light coral or it's not light coral. So if it's light coral, it should turn to white. If it's not light coral, if it's already white, it should turn to light coral. So let's go ahead and do this. String. Cool, let's give this a shot. Okay, cool, it toggles. So if it's white, it turns to light coral. If it's light coral, it turns to white. All right, and so I just use an if statement for that. There's like a bunch of other ways you could do like a variable or other anything like that, but you can just straight up check to see what is the current color of the background. It's one of two things, like coral or white, and then cool. You can just go ahead and do that. All right, the main thing I think people need to remember is that like you can look up like background color. So like if you don't know like how to change the background color of something, I can show you how you can deal with that. So like if I were to Google this, so I could do like change document body background color JavaScript. Okay, and I would probably get something pretty cool. So you can like W3 Schools is a good one, Stack Overflow. Okay, and you could probably find a decent one. So basically document.body.style.background might work. I use background color. Okay, but this would be a good thing to Google. Okay, if you didn't really know how to like change how to like get that background color thing. Okay, so, all right, so it toggles between white and light coral, great. Okay, when the add box button is clicked, it will add a div to the page. Each time it's clicked, an additional div is added. The new div must have these features. Let's work on that first. All right, so we're gonna add an event listener to add, so add box button, that add event listener, click, add box to page. Okay, I haven't written the function yet, but I'm just gonna go ahead and that'll be the name of my function. Okie doke. So let's go ahead and make the function add box to page. All right, and what do you? I know I create div, so let's create a div. So let new div equal document dot create element div. So there we go. Remember, create element is we'd like to put something on the page, a div, an li tag, an image, like whatever. And the syntax is document dot create element, and then you put the tag in that you want to create. Cool. So we've got a div. It has a class box. Neat. So new div dot class list dot add box. Great. It has a title attribute of I'm a box. Okay, a title attribute. All right, let's see how to do that. All right, let's do new div dot title equals, I think it's I'm a box. Cool. For the text inside the div, number the div starting with 1. Keep a counter variable to track what number comes next. Cool. All right, so I'm going to have a counter variable that's going to be a global variable. Let counter equals 0. All right, and so basically when we create a new div, we're going to uptick the counter plus plus. This is the same as writing counter equals counter plus 1. Okay, but I don't want to type all that out, so I just do counter plus plus. Okay, that will increment the counter. And for okay, so that's the text inside the div, starting with 1. All right, cool. So it starts with 1. Great. And then we'll do new div dot inner text is equal to counter. So we'll make the text equal to the counter and then increment the counter. When one of the box divs is clicked, remove. Okay, so I'm guessing they want a style that will make it look like a box. Because otherwise you won't be able to see it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let me reread these instructions. Yeah, I guess there's no other way to really see it. Let's go ahead and make a styles.css. Let's do a box class. I guess I make the border, I don't know, 3 pixels solid, I guess. Then let's go ahead and link rel equals style sheet. Come on, style sheet. Href is equal to styles.css. Hunky dory. All right, and then let's go back to our JS. Okay, cool. So I created element div. I gave it a class box. The title is I'm a box. Inner text is whatever the counter is at the time. Increment the counter. And last but not least, where do they want it to appear? It'll add a div to the page. I guess wherever. Cool. Document.body.append child. This is how we add elements to the DOM. So new div. All right, let's give it a try. Maybe it works. We'll see. Okay, that works. Cool. It probably doesn't look exactly like the thing, but like whatever. Like they're boxes and they've got numbers and they go up according to the counter, right? So let's go through that code again because this is probably the one that gave most people the most difficulty. I created a div, okay, document.createElement. I added a class to it, classlist.add. The title is I'm a box. Okay, you see the title is like if you hover over it, you see this thing like pops up. Okay, inner text, the thing that goes inside of the element is inner text. You can do inner HTML too, it probably would work. I increment the counter up by 1, and then I append the child to like the new div to the document body, right? That's how every time it adds. So the counter goes up each time. Now it wants me to remove them. All right, I think we can use event bubbling. All right, I'm going to make a little bit of a change here. So I'm going to add a parent element. So I'm going to do like div id equals box container. Cool. And then I'm going to do let box container. Actually, I'm going to move this out of the way so we can see. Box container is equal to document.getElement by ID box container. All right, and then I'm going to add an event listener to box container. Add event listener, click, delete box. Because let me see if I can let me read it again. When one of the box divs is clicked, remove, not just hide that div from the DOM. All right, they want it gone. All right, they want that sucker gone. All right, so we are going to do that for them. We're going to do delete box, function, delete box. Cool, and we're going to pass the event in because I need to know like what thing was clicked, right? So the event will tell me which thing was clicked. So the cool thing is I'm going to change my line 30 here too. Instead of document.body, I'm going to append it to the box container. Okay, that way all of the divs, all these boxes will be inside of a parent container so that when they get clicked, event bubbling will bubble the event up to the parent. So I can do, so let's like show it. So e.target, e.current target. Okay, I'm going to kind of demonstrate this. I did not mean to click that. I meant to click this. All right, so I'm going to add a box. All right, and then I'm actually going to open up the browser. Cool. Add a couple boxes, show the console. All right, so you'll notice, okay, that, let me put the JS side by side with this so we can see event bubbling at work. All right, the target of the event was the box itself. Okay, so you have div class equals box, title on a box. That's the divs I've been adding. The current target is what it bubbled up to, so the box container. So which is cool. That way I get to like add as many boxes as I can. I only have to use one event listener. Okay, that will listen in for which box I was able to click. Okay, this is a classic example of event bubbling. All right, so I'm going to remove the target. So let's go ahead and just do, let's try document.remove element listener. No, not I want to remove an event listener. Just remove child e.target. Let's give this a shot. I think this works. Okay, no, not quite. All right, let's see how we can remove this element. All right, so remove child was correct. All right, it's just the wrong parent. All right, so remove child will remove a child from a parent element. So I did document, which is wrong. Document is like the parent for the whole thing. I want to remove the children of box containers. So I'm actually going to instead do e.currentTarget, which is the parent, dot remove child, e.target. Okay, so I'm basically saying go to the parent element and then remove the child, which was the thing I clicked. So if I click some of these, yep. And so remember, the target is the box I'm clicking, and current target is the parent, which is like the container for all these boxes. So I can just go like this. Okay, and then the counter, as you notice, says it will keep going. So cool. All right, so I'm able to remove boxes as I click them. This is a perfect example of event bubbling. All right, let me double check to make sure I got everything together. Cool. It says toggle. I toggle the color. Great. Light coral to white, white to light coral. Add box. We'll add a div to the page each time it's clicked. Title, class, text. Cool. Got it. I met all the requirements. All right. Let me know if you guys have any questions.